This week, Namor versus the Red Skull. The Sorcerer Supreme is no more. And John Kent continues his little love triangle. That
Oh
and
no.
more on This Week in Comics. Welcome to Pals Previews,
Welcome, welcome.
the Comics Pals weekly comic book show where we just break down what we're going to be reading for Pals polls this week, what your poll options are to vote on the poll pick, and also highlight a couple of other books that we might talk about on the show proper. So let's get into it. Guys, do you know what we're reading this week?
Yes, sir. And it better start with the Ultimates because that's out this week.
Yes, Ultimates number 10 is out this week, which we'll be checking out. We will also be checking out Doctor Strange of Asgard, number 1. That's written by Derek Landy, art by Carlos Magno. We got Uncanny X-Men, number 11. This is by Gail Simone, Javier Garron, drawing this one as well. Secret Six, number 1, by Nicole Maines, art by Steven Segovia. And then Hyde Street, number 4, by friend of the show, Jeff Johns. And you know what? Yvonne Rice, friend of the show, too. We talked to him at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's
Good
right.
dude.
Wow.
So Hyde Street, number 4. What jumps out to you guys this week on our docket?
I mean, it's got to be the Ultimates.
It usually is.
Yeah.
See, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's been a consistently strong book. We're getting the Red Skull Gang, which, interesting. We'll see how that sort of plays out. But I'm excited to see that and Namor, a nautical Namor.
Yeah, so
that'll be cool to just see that what the world has for that part of the universe.
the solicit for this is Namor and the Red Skull. Captain America and the Human Torch lead a team to recruit their old comrade, Namor. But they'll have to get through the Red Skull Gang first. The Red Skull Gang was one of those things we saw in the flashbacks that Captain America experiences when he gets caught up to speed with what's happening with this world in the Ultimates. I'm down with that. And I think it's cool that, Dennis Camp continues to introduce more of these Ultimate versions of characters. And I'm curious to see what his Namor is going to be like.
Yeah, I know this will be great. I know it will. It probably will be the pick of the week. I especially like that it's so timely after our Captain America book club
Sure, yeah.
that we're getting this this dip into more Captain America history, albeit with this alternate flavor. I could stand to get moving a little more. I think we commented a bit on it in issue 9. It's banger after banger, but this sort of gathering of allies is getting a little tiresome, or the idea of it, I guess, is getting a little tiresome. I would like some forward momentum somehow, right? Like the issue with the Hulk, the issue with Bruce Banner was incredible.
Was that a Hulk pun?
Ha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Take the credit. I'm with you though. It kind of feels like the montage in the Muppets movie where they're just picking up everyone right now.
Yeah.
It's like it's the moving right along bit. Like we're moving right along in this story, picking up new friends to add to the van that is the Ultimates right now.
Can you picture that?
Thank you, Cal. I appreciate the reference there. So, and that's not to say like the issues haven't been good. I think they have been, but I would like the plot to progress a little further. This issue at least feels like there's world building involved. Kind of telling us what the Red Skull Gang is and what that means, and maybe that's probably going to deal with a lot of white supremacy. So Dennis Camp getting to tackle something else.
Yeah, but they all involve world building, and
fair.
It's all very, very good.
Yeah.
But go ahead, go.
Oh, please. This will absolutely be incredible. I'm sure it will be my pick of the week. To be honest, the thing I'm the most interested in, though, is Secret Six.
That was going to be my other one. Yeah, good pick.
I'm very interested in Nicole Maines as an actress, as a person, as a writer.
Yeah, keep it in. Keep control of yourself, Cal.
Oh, sorry. But I, what she sets up with John Kent, and I almost called him Superboy, with John Kent, Dreamer, and Jay, in whatever it was that was in.
Absolute power,
Special.
the special. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am very interested to follow. I don't necessarily know that I was wanted or was expecting it in the Secret Six. But let's try it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Secret Six by Gail Simone is one of my favorite books of all time. And this is bringing back three of the characters from a run with Catman, Deadshot, and Black Alice. So you're adding that trio to the challengers trio that is Dreamer, Jay Nakayama, and John Kent. And then they're on the hunt for Amanda Waller, who escaped her prison already. So the Amanda Waller of it, I'm kind of over that.
Yeah.
But I do like the machinations that are going on here, and this is new Superboy costume too. Nicole Maines, I've been really enjoying her work so far.
Yeah.
I want to see the drama, man. Give me some spice. Give me some of that love triangle action.
That's Secret Six though. That is what made Secret Six good. It's about the interactions between characters. Like bisexual king, he is Catman, but like Secret Six dealt with it dealt with Bane doing pillow talk. It was a soap opera first and foremost. So yes, I think there's this big heist thing going on and this big DC universe stuff. But if they nail the soap opera part of it, I'm gonna like this book a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of soap opera, it's not necessarily one of the books we're talking about, but it is on the poll, so you, the listener, could vote for it. JSA number 5, that's my shit. I've been enjoying that book quite a bit. That is, sorry, I pulled it up. Jeff Lemire on the words, and then on the art front, it is Diego Olortegui,
Yeah.
with colors by Luis Guerrero. So that's been a lot of fun. More drama. I want to see how these things sort of continue to play out. Last issue was a little isolated. We just had two characters lead the force of that, but I want to see how we continue the momentum of what's been going on so far.
Well, right now on the Palace poll, which you can vote for right now, JSA number 5
Right
is
now.
in the lead right now.
Yes.
Coming up right behind it, and it's kind of a tie right now, is Storm number 6. And right behind Storm is Immortal Thor number 21. So you got maybe there's a split vote in terms of Gods of Lightning and Thunder. And then Birds of Prey number 19 coming up in the rear.
You know what? It's a strong poll this week.
Yeah.
It is.
Either one of these, honestly, I don't blame if one wins over the other.
I think any of these books would be on the show in a normal week.
Yeah.
Especially Thor. Like Thor
Especially
is a
JSA.
big book. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, my pick for what I wish won would be Storm. I would like to be able to talk about Storm on the show if there's interest involved. But if there's no interest, then fuck me then.
All right, so I think it's Birds of Prey for me.
I mean, that's again safe bet. This is all safe bets right down the line here.
Yeah.
So you can't really go wrong with any of these. But there's already 311 votes as the time of the recording. So let's crank that number up. Let's get that up there. I want to see.
That's so low.
So low. Yeah. Don't let Cale be disappointed. Look at this face. Look at it.
Come on.
That's like saying that's like your dad saying, I'm not
angry.
mad at you.
Yeah.
But
I think you could do better.
yeah, that's
Come
the
on,
worst.
Disappointed.
That's the worst thing. Don't let that happen. So yeah, vote up there. Rock the vote as the I almost said friend of the show, Diddy. No.
Oh, nope, you said it.
No.
Let's,
No. I can edit
speaking of
this.
other war criminals, Pokemon go to the polls.
There we go. Those are the only books you can read this week. There's a lot of books coming out in the comics world.
Did we even finish talking about what we're covering on the show?
Well, we did. We called out what we just had similar thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we named them all. We'll talk about them on Thursday, so we'll get there. But there are more books coming out this week. So let's talk about them. So we like to bring up the League of Comic Geeks new comics page for this because it's organized by people pulling it the most. And Ultimates number 10 is, pulling up the top of the charts there, which really nice
Yeah.
to see. But what books jump out to you guys from this list?
Justice League, the Atom Project. That has had a really good Vertigo vibe for me. Mike Perkins on the art, Ryan Parrott and John Ridley on the words. I'm quite enjoying the Captain Atom and Two Atoms sort of looking for him and him going mad and what does this all ladder up to and play into?
Marco, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Adam. Okay,
Sorry,
so I
my
don't
bad,
know.
my bad.
I don't know how much I can support this book. No,
Yeah,
this book didn't really light my pants on fire the first time you read it. I liked the Mike Perkins art, but I felt that it was, I don't know, Ridley just never has really resonated with me. I think this is only a mini or limited series. I might check it out once it's fully done, but
believe so.
I also just don't have an affinity towards either Adam, and I'm reading an interesting Captain Adam story in Jenny Sparks right now, which just ended. But
And I don't have the familiarity, but I feel like the premise is interesting and the consequences of those things have been interesting. And it's very much giving me vertigo flavors. So I'm enjoying that part.
one thing I wanted to call out right now is across the board, you might notice something similar with these books. We're going to be reading Uncanny X-Men on the show, and Storm is an option on the poll, but NYX also comes out this week, and they're all part of X-Manhunt, this kind of crossover between all of these books, where they're trying to get Professor X. Professor X is on the loose, and he's causing havoc. Um, I don't know the order these books are supposed to be read in, so that's always fun. I'm pretty sure Uncanny X-Men is like the first one, and then
Yeah,
there's an order
probably.
in between there. But I wanted to call it NYX because I've been really enjoying that book. That's by Jackson Kelly and Kyle Lansing. If somebody can get the artist for me so I don't ruin the stream layout. That'd be great. But it's a good. Every X-Men era should have the Young X-Men book somewhere in it.
This is with artist Francesco Mortarino.
Sure, thank you, appreciate that. And so this book NYX is the Young X-Men book of this From the Ashes era. It deals with Miss Marvel. This is the book Miss Marvel's in if you're a fan. Laura Kinney's in this. The Stepford Cuckoos are in it. Anil is in it. A whole bunch of young X-Men characters. And it's kind of just dealing with how do they work in a world where everyone hates them again after Krakoa. And how do they honor the legacy of Krakoa, but also how do they move on from it? And I think it's probably one of my favorite of the X-Men books coming out right now. I think it really tackles the voices of young people as realistic as possible, and also sometimes annoyingly, but that's also realistic. So yeah, I like it. I think it's been a lot of fun. There's been some good play with the idea of visible mutations versus non-visible mutations, people who can like hide from being a mutant and people who cannot, and how that life is different for those people.
Does that touch on the Morlocks at all?
Very much so. Yeah.
Oh, damn, man.
Yeah.
I might have to pick this up.
Caliban, the Morlocks down there, yeah.
I like that shit.
And how they were never really on Krakoa because they found
Yes.
yeah.
Wait, all right. That's always been a question for me. It's just like, where are the Morlocks, dude?
They didn't need it. They had their community, and it talks about that. Like, oh, we've always had this community. You don't need to be somewhere to have it. Like Krakoa was not the answer to everything. So
Interesting.
that's a fun little bit there.
Just in case you're concerned about it, we won't cover all this on the show, but for the X-Manhunt order this week, you'll have Uncanny. Number 11 is part 1. NYX or Nyx is part 2, and then Storm is part 3. So if you want to read those in order, you're looking at Uncanny, NYX, and then Storm.
Cool, and I think the following week we'll probably have some more books in there. I know X-Men will be dealing with it as well, and I think Phoenix as well. I don't know. What else do you guys want to talk about in here? Because I have a couple.
I am gonna shout out Ultra Mega. Now,
Nice.
if you're listening to the main show this week, and oh, why wouldn't you be? You will have heard that I walked all over IDW's new Godzilla line. But Ultra Mega is the type of thing that I'm looking for in a kaiju space. I'm looking for a world that is built around either a kaiju attacks or kaiju, not one that surrounds itself where the kaiju itself is the hero, right? Ultra Mega is an Ultraman like figure. He's an alien that comes to Earth and inhabits a human, and he has to fight the Ultra Kaiju or whatever that have overtaken the entire world. This is what I'm talking about. It's a world that fits its premise. It's a premise that fits around the world, not the world that fits around the premise. Or did I just say the same thing?
I sniff what you're stepping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I loved Ultra Mega when it was out.
Yeah, the first volume was one of my favorite releases of was that 2021?
Dude, I don't understand time.
Yeah, whenever that
Post March
was,
2020, it's all been a blur for me.
It's created by James Herron on the writer and art, writing and artist all around created by James Herron, and then the Dave Stewart is on the colors.
Man, so I've seen some of those pages that he sells. The inks are, man, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Kineticism.
Yeah, of that same school of like Daniel Warren Johnson.
For sure, yeah. James
Yeah.
Herron's great. What was the Rumble? Good James Herron book.
Yeah.
That I think people should check out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Has
Marco,
anyone been keeping up with Powerpuff Girls?
I
Ooh,
have.
I haven't been keeping up, but aren't we coming up on?
This is
Oh,
issue
maybe we're
8.
past it. Maybe we're past it. Paulina Ganesho just left not that long ago.
I believe. Yeah, I'm trying to
might
look
have
up.
been
Yeah,
6.
Marco, who's on this issue number 8? It's coming up.
Amanda Daybert is the writer, and Sylvia De Ventura is on art. Paulina did the cover.
Cover's good. That's kind of how I felt about this series so far. It's like, it's not the medium I want the Powerpuff Girls in. I think it looks cool. They'd be great folders if I were in school still, but the issue didn't really do it for me, even though it was like Kelly Thompson and Paulina Ganesho on it when I first read it. But
It did for me. What's this one about, Marco?
From the description here, Powerpuff Girls know that doing good deeds means more than just battling around armored megalomaniacs in the streets. There's also real challenges, like helping out at the Townsville Animal Shelter during their pet adoption fair. With her chemical X-fueled ability to speak to animals, Bubbles is a natural for the job, but with so many adorable new friends to take care of, her superheroing starts to take a backseat to her super nurturing, leaving Blossom and Buttercup scrambling to pick up the slack. There you go. Animals, fluffy little animals, and Bubbles just wants to share the love.
Just be cute.
I like how you went from Cale's Ultra Mega to Marco's Powerpuff Girls, which probably big monsters in both of them. So I guess there's the connecting thread there.
Themes there.
I have a couple I want to shout out. If that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to scroll up a little bit and go to Batgirl. This is Batgirl number 5, written by I want to get his name correct here, Tate Bromble, and art by Takeshi Miyazawa, inks by Wayne Faulkner, and colors by Mike Spicer. This has been a lot of fun. It really is at its core a Cassandra Cain and Lady Shiva book. It's mother-daughter getting to know each other. It's Cassandra has mommy issues. Let's be real. I mean, she was essentially raised by Bruce Wayne, and her mother is a supervillain in the best martial artist in the world. And Cassandra is not a supervillain. She is a hero. So how do you come to terms with the person who birthed you being what you fight against? And it is that, moral dilemma that comes about with that. And I think the Miyazawa art is so damn good. Like it's just so clean. It's clean lines everywhere, and he draws some amazing fight scenes in this. That I mean, it's probably one of my favorite books out that DC's putting out, and I don't think people are really talking about it enough. I think Tate Brombell does a great job with Cassandra's voice because I think Cassandra Cain has a very specific voice in comics, in so much as that she does not say anything extra. Her whole character is sometimes she doesn't even talk. She's about reading body language. That's her main form of language. Talking is her secondary language. So all of the words in this are sparse from Cassandra, but precise. And I think that's written well here. And it's causing her to lose her cool a bit with her mom in dealing with that, because like it's her mom. She loves her mom, but she hates what her mom stands for and is always wary about being turned on by her mom. So it's really good stuff. It's a high recommend for me, and I'm also happy to see how high up it is in terms of where people are pulling it on League of Comic Geeks.
Yeah.
Like it's above JSA, Moon Knight, most of the
Storm.
X-Men books.
Yeah.
Cassandra Cain is in 2 books back to back on this list.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that she's up there as one of my favorite Batgirls.
You are not alone in that. She was very beloved before the new 52 happened, and a massive, massive part of the outcry of Batman fans and DC fans was that Cassandra Cain was erased from existence, but characters like Damian Wayne and Jason Todd weren't.
Typical men, right?
Yeah.
Am I right, boys? Am I right, men?
I don't
Yeah.
want to correct you, Tyler.
What I do?
Bruce Wayne did not raise Cassandra Cain. David Cain, the world's greatest assassin, did.
Sure, yes. I guess what I meant was that like her current father figure is essentially Bruce Wayne.
Is Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Batman considers her one of his daughters, in terms of the Bat family. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Thanks for actuallying me. What is this, a dropout TV show?
We're nothing if we're not factually accurate.
It's true. I am nothing. You're right.
Ha-ha.
I have some more, if that's cool.
What's your next one?
Where is it? Where is it on this list here? Here we go. Star Wars Jedi Knights #1. Have we ever talked about a Star Wars book on the show?
I don't think so. Not for a while, if anything. And I feel like maybe I shouted some stuff out when the High Order things were happening, but I don't recall anything else.
So this one is written by Mark Guggenheim. He's kind of coming into this era of Marvel Star Wars rather, with art by Medibek Musbekov. And this is a new Jedi Knights #1 that is dealing with the first issue was set in the prequel era. So if you look at the cover right away, you can see Count Dooku on there, Qui-Gon Jinn, Yoda, I almost said Sam Jackson, Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and Shaak Ti are on there too. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I don't get to really flex that enough on the podcast because it's comic books. Like I have a Jar Jar Binks tattoo. Like that's where I am. That's where I list on that spectrum. And I do like the prequels. So I've been a little hit or miss when it comes to Marvel Star Wars stuff. I think there are some really, really good stuff. Kieran Gillen's Darth Vader book. Phenomenal book. And I think like the Vader Down crossover was so good. And they've had some hits or misses there. There's not enough stuff set during the Mandalorian stuff, which I think is a miss on their part, especially since that is where their Star Wars is currently. But this will be a nice fun little peek into, this era of Star Wars. We're coming up on the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith this year. Which,
wow.
How does that make you feel, right?
Damn.
Yeah. So tackling the prequel era again is like, yeah, I'll check out a book. Check it out. I'll watch, I don't know, Anakin go back and kill some more people. It seems to be like, there was an issue of Star Wars recently. I forget which book it was in, where it reveals that Anakin went back to kill Watto as Darth Vader.
No
You know what?
way.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So the whole
What?
the whole internet was like, R.I.P. Watto, man. I can't think
No.
straight today. My boy Watto is dead.
Sorry, he was right.
And
Whoa.
there's this one panel of it's Darth Vader's like helmet, and in the reflection of his eyes,
The
it's
visor.
just Watto freaking out, and then like
No.
cuts to black or whatever.
I could
I
do
think
my
that's
dude Watto like that.
unnecessary. Yes, I know Anakin was a slave, but like Watto seemed to like treat him okay.
Oh, well, that excuses it.
Doesn't it, Cale?
You
Even
asking the
though
white guy?
Mm-hmm.
I think there are other things about Watto we can complain about. I think in terms of stereotypes, but maybe
Well-
let's not touch that.
I think they're they're not mutually exclusive.
Sure, yeah.
Guggenheim is a name though.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like the Jedi. I
Hmm.
think the problem with Star Wars is the Skywalker focus.
I
Sure,
100%
yeah.
agree. I'm tired of Skywalker stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
with you.
And I think giving the Jedi a new chance to shine in an important way, I think, and establishing that in a history of characters that we already know are very interlinked, I think is a good move.
And probably cool, whole bunch of cool variants too, if you're that kind of fan too. And I have one more call out, if that's okay. I want to talk about
Yeah.
Hear you.
Cruel Kingdom #3. This is from Oni Press.
Have
This
you
is
read
their.
it yet?
So here's the good thing about these things. So this is one of their new EC Comics books. So Cruel Kingdom is their sword and sorcery book, which is essentially a bunch of one shots written done by like all star creative teams. They do a in and out. So it means like I can just pick up any issue and be like, cool, I read it. It's a great like palate cleanser, or like I don't know, I'm on my 15-minute lunch break at work. I need something quick that won't get me sucked into the next issue of something. So I've read the horror one, and I read the first issue of this. But the creative team on this one is writers are Karina Becco and Christopher Cantwell. Karina Becco, who
Oh.
worked with Gabriel Hardman on Invisible Kingdom,
Okay.
or Invisible Republic rather. And Kano, I believe, did art on what was a good Kano book? I think there was some Grayson stuff Kano worked on, and maybe some Knight. The guy
Feels like
from
Gotham Central.
Iron Fists, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So Kano's great. So I just recommend these. They're like just cool. Like this is like old floppy comics when it was dispensable. You
Yeah.
pick it up, read a story, you're good. And this is all like fantasy themed stuff. And look at that. Look at that cover. It's a woman riding a dinosaur. What more can you ask for? That's cool stuff. But yeah, I recommend these books. You guys have anything
Yeah.
else? that you want?
Paul in the chat's always talking
Yeah.
about Cruel Kingdom.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And
And
if there's somebody whose taste I am with, it's Paul.
and I'm a sucker for like a good design, and like the way that they're harkening back to the old EC Comics covers on this, but refreshing them and making them more modern. It just looks good.
Yeah.
Like these are the comics you would see in the background of a movie when they need to put comics in a movie. Just like on a table somewhere or something. Yeah, I like this. But anything else you guys want to call out?
Ooh, Junie Ba is back with Monkey Meat.
Monkey Schmeat.
I did not like that series. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read some of it anyway. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. This is Junie Ba's Monkey Meat the Summer Batch. I only just caught this, so I don't totally know what it's about. The anthology is back for 5 new issues. Going on vacation? How about a hellish African fantasy island run by a corporation selling cans of monkey meat? Enjoy our summer vacation format with 2 tales, games, and double the trauma. Excitement.
Is
Okay.
that what this book was? I didn't know it was an anthology.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
all
it
tied
was.
by monkey meat, this canned food.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Premise was interesting. The art's always it feels like elastic, dynamic, but
Yeah.
Judy Bot's a great artist. Yeah.
yeah, cool stuff. But I would have wanted like a maybe a better through line. But it was, if people are enjoying it, that's what's important.
I do have one more call out because I also noticed something new, if that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's Mothra, Queen of Monsters #1, written by Sophie Campbell, with art by Matt Frank. The art on the cover is the art on the interiors as well, and that's what sold me. Mothra is a Godzilla kaiju character that's a giant killer moth. So having Sophie, kind of play in that, monster verse with just some stellar art, it looks like, by Matt Frank, who I'm unfamiliar with. But the cover alone is like, ooh, yes, I want to see what else there is. And if that's the interior as well, this might just be a good sight for the eyes, honestly.
Quickly, I I also just saw this.
Yeah.
Usagi Yojimbo, 10,000 Plums #1. This is apparently the 280th. Yeah, Legacy 280.
Interesting.
Usagi Yojimbo.
And it's a new
Damn.
story. It's just a new mini, but they keep legacy numbering going forward. Okay.
I guess so, yeah. It's Stan Sakai doing it, and the premise here is one of the Shogun's samurai strongmen becomes immediately suspicious when Usagi, Yukichi, and Gen are found wandering in a huge field of the Shogun's prized plum trees. With a series of strange events gripping the local village with fear, can their appearance be a mere coincidence?
You love you some Stan Sakai.
Oh man, Usagi Yojimbo is the best.
That's cool. I didn't realize there was that many issues he'd been working on. He did all of them,
You know
too.
what?
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Good
There's
on
so
him.
much of it, but it feels like it's always like in collected. But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize that there's volume.
And Marco, you wanted to shout out Penthouse Comics #1, right?
Yeah, so I think it's been really interesting to like see them come back to the foray of like them alongside with something like Playboy, rich history of comics, rich history of alternative comics, and in this case, it's come back for 2 years. Seemingly, it's a series that they're gonna be running comics, photo shoots, who knows what else? Maybe something a little spicy, but the creators here, writer Gene David Morvan and artist Alan Queriax. Not familiar, but on the cover, Cameron Stewart. So, pick it up for the cover alone. Spicy.
I love a yes and, Marco. I love a yes and.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Good job.
He was ready for it.
But
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, those are the books coming out this week. If you guys have anything you want to shout out, please let us know. I'm always interested in reading new stuff. If there's a new #1 out there, I'm a sucker for a new #1. Let me know. Put it in the comments here. Share this video with your friends. Let them get interested in the glory that is Wednesday comics. And we'll see you on Pals Pulse.
See you next week.